After unlocking my phone and tapping its screen a few times, my favorite 80s music pulsed through our Sonos speakers. Most of the songs were cheesy, but I loved them. Belting out lyrics, I danced out of my room and into James's. Per usual, his bed was unmade and clothes covered the floor, but his extensive vinyl collection sat organized on his big bookshelf. Adele, Frankie Valli, Kendrick Lamar, the La La Land score, he owned it, and his beloved keyboard waited under the window. "Who's the master now?" I asked the empty room. "Tell me, tell me, tell me!" Truthfully, it was still him. James had perfected the art of fake illnesses over the years, always shooting for something specific, yet also vague. His faux congested voice deserved an Academy Award, and I'd never forget the time I caught him licking his palms. For clammy hands, he'd told me, minutes before our mom had diagnosed him with the sweats and sent him back to bed. Always a standby. Not only had I licked my palms this morning, but I'd also patted my face with saliva. The skincare routine of supermodels, I'm sure. When my alarm had beeped at 5 a.m., I'd tried not to laugh as I crept down to the kitchen to make a fresh sundae and let it melt while mixing together some of last night's barbecue leftovers. No one would hear me. My parents were part of the CBD oil cult, and James slept with headphones. Combine in Cuisinart, I thought, then blend with liquefied dessert. I'd chewed up a handful of M&Ms and spit them in the bowl, along with a crumbled slice of cornbread. A bit of texture couldn't hurt, could it? Once I was back upstairs, I'd splattered half the concoction on my floor and dumped some more in the toilet before digging out my makeup and watching a YouTube tutorial on how to create believable bags under my eyes. It was tedious, and part of me was shocked that my parents hadn't seen through the scam. Maybe I had a future as a makeup artist in Hollywood. Or, more likely, they were both preoccupied by their busy schedules today. Now the gray, purple, and blue eyeshadow washed down the shower drain as I rubbed coconut shampoo in my hair. Today, instead of a 5-minute shower, I could stay under the hot water as long as I wanted. It had been a high-risk plan, but also high reward. I knew skipping school wasn't the attitude a student body president should have. I was supposed to be ever present in the hallways, waving and high-fiving and hugging, a friend to all. I was supposed to set a good example for my peers, doing the morning announcements and studying during my free periods. Which I did every day, to the best of my ability. I'd taken my position seriously all year and worked hard. My class workload had been astronomical, and college applications had been no picnic, but I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. There was only a month until graduation, and after that, everything would change. Teachers would soon be known as professors. My big bedroom would shrink into a broom closet-sized dorm room, and home-cooked meals? Nope, welcome to the dining hall, Grace. The friends I saw every day wouldn't have known me since kindergarten, and if my parents had it their way, I'd have to list a new permanent address on various forms. Ugh. Shout out to my parents and their scheme to basically sell the house and disappear into the night. Besides food no longer being allowed upstairs, James and I had politely been discouraged from hanging out in the formal living room, which had once been a warm sunset orange and covered with framed family photos. These days it was painted something called white blush, and the pictures had disappeared, wrapped in newspaper and stored in the basement. Prospective buyers don't want to see your home, I'd overheard the realtor saying. They want to see what the space could be for themselves.